Welcome guys. In today's video we will be going through some questions from this argomento, so let's jump into the video. La distanza di sicurezza deve essere aumentata qualora sia difficile valutare il comportamento del conducente che precede. The answer to this question here is vero. The question says, if you are driving alongside the vehicle and you don't understand what the driver is driving, maybe the driver is not driving well, you need to increase the safety distance, which is vero guys, because if you are driving alongside the driver and you can see clearly this person don't even know what he's driving, you need to increase the safety distance to actually prevent accidents. La distanza minima di sicurezza se si viaggia a 100 km/h deve essere di circa 28 metri. The answer to this question here is vero, because the question says the minimum safety distance you need to give if you are driving on 100 km/h, it should be 28 meters, which is vero. For you to be able to calculate these meters, you need to multiply the first two numbers by 3. In this case, we are driving on 100 km/h, so we multiply the first two letters, which is 10. 10 times 3 will give you 30. And we have 28, which is closer to 30, and it makes the answer vero. If you have, maybe the answer give you 28, 29, 30, it's vero. But if it's giving you 25, 24, 23 downwards, it's falso. La distrazione di conducente può essere causato dall'accensione di una sigaretta. The answer to this question here is vero, because the question says the distraction of a driver can be caused by owning a cigarette, which is vero. Remember, if you're driving on the road, 1 second can actually cause an accident. So if you want to own your cigarette, it will actually distract you when you're driving. That's why anytime you're driving, you need to always watch out and be ready to stop when necessary. Sometimes you just have to pull over, smoke your cigarette, then continue driving. Lo spazio di frenatura è quello percorso dall'inizio della frenata all'arresto del veicolo. The answer to this question here is vero, because the question is letting us know that spazio di frenata is the space you covered when you start stepping on the brake and when the vehicle finally stops, which is vero. The question here is, la distanza di sicurezza deve essere mantenuta per evitare lo scontro frontale. The answer to this question here is falso, because the question says we give safety distance to avoid scontro frontale. Scontro frontale simply means when two vehicles hit themselves, which means I'm coming and another vehicle is coming from the front, I will just jam each other. That is what we call scontro frontale. We keep distanza di sicurezza to actually avoid tamponare altri veicoli, which means for all not to hit the vehicle in the front. Because if you're driving alongside another vehicle, the vehicle in the front can't control you. So you are the one giving safety distance to that vehicle for you not to hit that vehicle. The question here is, sulla distanza di sicurezza influisce la velocità a cui si viaggia? The answer to this question here is vero, because the question says the safety distance is affected by the speed you're driving on, which is vero. Like we said, if you're driving on a high speed, you need more space to stop your vehicle. But if you are driving on a low speed, you don't need more space to stop your vehicle. La distanza di sicurezza non dipende dal tipo di alimentazione del motore, benzina, gasolio e GPL. The answer to this question here is vero, because the question says the safety distance does not depend on what the vehicle is using, maybe fuel, diesel, or GPL, which is gas, which is vero. because for you to keep safety distance, it does not really depend on what the vehicle is using. You can be using fuel, diesel, gas. Just keep a safety distance for you not to cause any danger on that road. And also for your safety, in case there is any danger, you will be able to stop in time. Okay guys, if you make it to this part of the video, click the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also on your notification bell so that anytime I drop a video, you will get notified. Quando si circola in autostrada è possibile diminuire la distanza di sicurezza e quando non ci si aspetta una frenata improvvisa del veicolo che precede. The answer to this question here is falso, because the question says if you are driving in autostrada, you can reduce the safety distance because you are not expecting any vehicle to just stop or rather march on the brake unexpectedly, which is falso. No, in autostrada, the carreggiata are separated by sparse traffic, which means every lane have their own carreggiata. All the vehicles are going towards one direction. You won't come across another vehicle coming from the opposite direction, so you are free to just drive on a high speed. But the point there is, you can't reduce distanza di sicurezza. There is no way you reduce distanza di sicurezza anytime you're driving. In fact, if you're reading a question and you come across diminuisce distanza di sicurezza, you just know that question is false. So remember, you can't reduce your safety distance. This distance covers you, cover the vehicle, and also protects you from any accidents on the road. So the answer to this question here is falso. La distanza di sicurezza dipende dalla presenza di veicoli che seguono. The answer to this question here is falso, because the question says the safety distance depends on the vehicle following you, which is falso, because the safety distance have nothing to do with the vehicles following you. You are to give safety distance to the vehicle you are following, the one in the front, not the one at the back. La distanza di sicurezza deve essere di almeno 100 metri negli forti discesi. The answer to this question here is falso, because the question says the safety distance must be at least 100 meters if you are descending from the hill, which is falso. We don't really have fixed meters if you are descending from the hill. The only thing there is if you are descending from the hill, you need to give more safety distance, because at that particular time, you will need more space to stop your vehicle if by chance there is any danger. Lo spazio totale di arresto è pari allo spazio percorso durante la frenata. The answer to this question here is vero, because the question says the total stopping distance is equal to the distance covered when you start stepping on the brake, which is vero. La distanza di sicurezza è commisurata anche alle condizioni fisiche del conducente. The answer to this question here is vero, because the question says the safety distance is measured by the health of the driver, which is vero, because if the driver is ill, the driver is not okay, the driver is not feeling fine, then the driver won't be able to control the vehicle that much. So the safety distance is also measured by the health of the driver. In un secondo si percorrono circa 20 secondi se si viaggia a 100. The answer to this question here is falso. Like we already said, if you want to calculate this, you need to multiply the first two numbers by 3. So in this case, if you multiply 50 times 3, it will give you 45, which simply means the answer is false. La distanza minima di sicurezza se si viaggia a 30 km/h è di circa 9 metri. The answer to this question here is vero. Like we said, you need to multiply the first two numbers by 3. But in this case, we only have two numbers, which is 30. So you multiply the first number by 3. So 3 times 3 will give us 9, which means the answer is 0. La distanza di sicurezza deve essere tale da riuscire a fermare in tempo il veicolo in caso di pericolo. The answer to this question here is vero, because the question says the safety distance needs to be enough for you to be able to stop your vehicle in case of an accident, which is vero. That's why we keep distanza di sicurezza. That's why you need to always be alert. That's why you need to always be ready to stop when necessary. That's why you need to stay a little bit away from the vehicle you're following, because anything can happen. You can be driving well, but you can't trust the other driver driving the other vehicle. So anytime you're driving alongside the vehicle, always make sure you keep a safety distance. That distance that will be enough for you to stop if there is any danger. And I hope you like the video. And if you do, watch this video here which cover 30 questions from motorizzazione directly. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.